introduction about the International Day of the Girl Child, which I know most of us already know. Since 2012, on the 10th of October annually, the International Day is being celebrated globally. It recognizes the significance and potential and the power of adolescent girls by encouraging them opportunities for them. The International Day raises awareness issues faced by girls around the world, from child marriage to poor learning to opportunities, violence, and discrimination. And this year's theme will be looking at digitalization, where we'll be addressing the theme of today, and we have wonderful speakers that will be talking to theme for this year. But before an initiative to start a social movement in Africa that would rapidly set the stage for leapfrogging improvement in maternal and child health and the status of women and girls in Africa. The initiative will engage and support traditional and religious leaders who shape norms, culture, and behavior of a mass majority of people in Africa, regardless of class, religion, or gender, to develop strategies, solutions from within, and use their positions to ensure girls finish at least 12 years of secondary school, or school, I must say. So I would like to proceed and I would like to give the rules for the webinar. We have 4 speakers today that will be addressing us. Our first speaker for today, Zainab, she is an advocate from Kebbi State. She is a graduate of applied chemistry. She's also an entrepreneur and advocate of girl-child education. She's a team lead UNICEF youth facilitator in Kebbi, and she'll be addressing us on the success of KGI so far on girls' education to prepare them for the digital generation. Zainab, are you in the house? Please kindly unmute. Please kindly unmute, mute your mic once when someone is talking, to ensure that everybody can hear and we have better connection throughout. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Zainab Ahmed. Like Nura have already done the introduction. So part of what we have done through KGIS is that they say that nothing for the youth is, and the youths are the backbone of change. So part of what we have been doing is build the capacity of other youths so that they can also go deep down into communities and advocate for the increase in the enrollment of the girl child education, and also to create awareness and create more network. And among the successes that we have done is the creation of the skills acquisition centers in different communities in the state. And today, when we went for the international to sensitize them on the theme of the International Day for the Girl Child, digital generation, our generation, the principal was so happy and overwhelmed that she said that before, the girls used to go out of the school to get skills, to learn sewing and knitting, and very soon they will establish their hub. She was even telling us that in 2 days' time, the hub will be ready, and she will invite us to come and see it. So part of the things that we've done is the skill acquisition centers, and she said that they are overwhelmed and happy to start working with their hub. And also we trained teachers from those schools to start creating safe space for the girls, so that the girls will also feel free to talk to them. They serve as their mentors. Apart from school activities, they are extra. It is like an extracurricular activities for the girls to feel free and talk to them problems, or you don't have there are some things that are stopping them from getting educated. And we also train we also embark on house-to-house campaign during some months back. We went for house-to-house campaign to enlighten the community on the importance of educating the girl child. And part of the things that we did was to organize these youths and the community. After inside the community, when we train them, we believe that we are looking for change, right? We are looking for change through education. And after we train them, we know that we believe that there is no limit to what they can achieve when they are given the chance. They should take it upon themselves to see that the girls enroll, retained, and complete secondary school. And also, apart from the skills acquisition center, there is a way that we do share there's a platform that we created within the state and a group that we organize to checkmate activities that are going in schools and the rate of enrollment of girl child in the school. So I think so far, so those are what we have done in our states. And also, so thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Okay, thank you, Zainab, for the brief explanation and the success achieved in Kebbi State, which I know others are the same. But before I proceed, I would like to recognize His Royal Highness Dr. Bashir Al-Bishir Boka, OAN. Thank you for being in this meet, in this program. We really appreciate your presence, sir. Thank you so much, Your Highness. We would like to proceed with the second speaker. But before we do that,
thank you very much. I appreciate for the appreciate the efforts, and appreciate the efforts in your state. We have similar Pachina Organization Center guys of team started teaching the girl child have some skills that would manual homes, so that they at least get in marriage, and they made some advocacy based on we have to inform the public education.
I think we lost His Royal Highness there, the Emir of Machina. Thank you so much, sir, for being. I hope you can actually reconnect with us for us to have a more discussion and also get more from your learning, and as well as lessons you want to share with us and experiences. So before I proceed, Zainab was talking about what the youth have been doing in Kebbi State, and I know the youth have been working so much as well in Borno State, Kebbi, Zamfara, so and Yobe. Yes, so I would like to say well done to all the youths. You've been doing wonderfully well. They did so exceptionally well during the enrollment drive. I would really like to say it was a very successful outing in this state. So thank you to the youths all over the 5 states we're working in, and we get that. So we're introducing our second speaker, which is Zainab Idris. She will be talking to us on the opportunities in the digital economy for the girl child, the challenges, as well as the way forward. Zainab is a graduate of software engineering. She's currently rounding up her studies in information technology. She's a member of Women Tech Makers Ambassador in Kaduna, and she's also the creative director of 6 Star Beads. So thank you so much, Zainab, for being here. I really appreciate that. And this is a woman in the tech world. So what I'm saying, if she can be in the tech world, then our girl child can also be there. So Zainab, please, we have just 15 minutes to us about the opportunities in the digital economy for the girl child, the challenges they might face, as well as way forward for them. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, good afternoon. Please go ahead, Zainab.
Okay, so my name is Zainab Saidi Idris, and just like you have mentioned, I'm the Women Tech Makers Ambassador of Kaduna City. And also I am
Hello, Zainab.
I'm so sorry about that. Sorry, I had a knock on my door. That was unexpected. Sorry about that. So just like you have mentioned earlier, I am the Women Tech Makers Ambassador of Kaduna City and also the Creative Director of Sisters Bid. And also I feel so opportune to be among these wonderful women that are here and also the supportive gentlemen that are here to support us. So thank you very much for having me. So based on my topic, I will be discussing more about the opportunities in the digital economy. And being a woman tech makers ambassador, this is something that I feel I'm more into because women tech makers actually provide women with a community, with visibility, and also resources where they can just go into tech and just explore and build themselves. So saying that the International Day of the Girls' Child Day is actually focusing more about the digital generation. I was so happy when I saw that. I was like, yes, this is our generation, and we have been doing extraordinary, very good at that. I'm really proud of the girls that are into this aspect. So I'll be talking about the opportunities in the digital economy. We have a bunch of them. We have a lot of opportunities in the digital economy. And if you look into it very well, if you focus more into it, you will make a lot out of it. There's a lot of connection, there's not a lot of networking, there's a lot of resources. There are a lot of foundations, organization, non-governmental, governmental that are doing wonderfully good in order to support women. And believe me, I'm so proud of this societies and communities that we have. So among these opportunities that we have for the digital economy, we have things like blogging, we have things like YouTube, which is something that is really trending now, the digital marketing, web design, talking about programming, cybersecurity, which definitely we all know what happened a few days back related to Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. So we'll come to that as well. Then we'll also be looking at the gender gap that we have in the digital aspect. We'll be looking at how girls can maximize the benefits that we have in the digital economy and how to venture your business into the tech aspect and also the challenges and the way out of them. So looking at them one after the other, talking about blogging. Blogging is more of like having a diary where you can just share whatever is happening.
Hello, Zainab, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
we can hear her. We
Can
are
you hear me?
hearing.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So talking about blogging now, blogging is more like having a small website where you can just have a content and you'll be sharing whatever you want to share for people that are interested in that, whatever you are sharing. So we have that as a way of making money and also a way of business for a lot of people out there. And also people do update their blogs maybe weekly, daily. And also in Nigeria, we can even call it whenever the news pops up, then we just go and upload because everything happens almost in every interval. So you can also have a private blog whereby you can just have it privately for yourself. It will serve like as a journal for you to just be sharing a content for your own personal needs so that other people cannot know about it. This is just for a personal use. And talking about YouTube now, YouTube is one of the most growing channel or medium of making money now. A lot of people are making good use of that by putting up content or sharing videos that are related to some of the things they like or some of the things they believe the society will love. So if you look at all these things that I'm listening, they are all things that you can even be sitting at home without going out to the public, and you can do them, make your money and move on. So talking about the digital marketing is more of making a very good use of your mobile device, internet, social media, search engines, name them, to reach out to your customers, to reach out to your target audience. So this is more of that. And talking about web design or programming, this is more like creating or developing a website or developing a software applications for your customers or for a target audience. So for most of the trending programming that we have nowadays are things like Python, programming is like Python, Java, C, C++, Java, and so on, JavaScript, and so on. So now the cybersecurity issue. Some few months, I think, or few weeks ago, we had this hackathon in Women Tech Makers, whereby the topic of the hackathon is how to safeguard women in the internet. So we brought up a topic, an application on how women can prevent themselves from scammers, violence, this cyber bullying, cyber insecurity, those kind of things. And with the help of technologies like that or applications like that, women can feel more safer in the cyber world, because there are a lot of threats out there. Being it's a public place where people feel like they can just be seated at home, nobody is saying them, they can share whatever they want to share, nobody is looking at them and so on. People tend to just bring out all jargons out there and end up maybe bullying some weak women amongst us. So with the help of applications like this, we will be able to tackle issues like in terms of this cybersecurity. And also you have to watch what you post and watch what you share in terms of maybe your personal information, because we all know the current state of, especially in Nigeria, almost nowhere is safe. So we should also look at things like that. And this is actually a very good aspect of where you can leverage on and also make a lot out of it. So now talking about the gap that we have in the digital economy, we have to first adopt the meaningful connectivity as the targets of the internet for the internet use and tackle the gender gap, promote digital skills and ICT education for women and girls, support women's participation in technology development, local content creation, innovation, safeguard the online presence or privacy for the women and the girls. You know, some of these girls, due to maybe the background they came from, the ethnicity, they believe, and so on, we tend to like feel kind of, there's this fear for us to put ourselves out there, because some people will feel like, okay, you are from so background, you shouldn't be doing this. You are from this background, you shouldn't be doing that. So this is one of the things that are actually affecting women to actually bring out themselves to the digital world because of that fear. So how can we maximize this benefit? So some of the things that I feel we should be doing, or the society can help us do in order to safeguard ourselves from this, is to is to watch how they should kind of support us in the way we maybe reach out to the audience, or in how we chat around or post things around in the social media. Also, they should help us in giving us opportunities that are around, which can actually help us build the capacities for us and also understanding. So there are some steps on how to venture into the tech businesses, which is the most important, is to build the product and the service. We might think this is the most obvious one, that everyone, of course, will be saying, yes, of course, I have to have my product, I have to have my service before I go into anything. But one key thing that you should know is, without that product, without that service, there is no way you can move into the tech business and thinking of you excel without a product or service at hand. You should remain focused as well. You should, when you remain focused, there are some things before you even remain focused, talking about the product or service. When you meet your clients or your customers, some of them will be like, okay, I want so thing, and maybe you have already created a particular thing, but they will tend to like maneuver and play around with your intelligence or with your product and try to show you that what you did is not up to standard. So you have to remain focused in such a way that even when such kind of people come to you, you have to make it clear to them that, wait, this is the kind of product I'm serving, or this is the kind of service I'm going to render. So they should know that whether they are your customers or they are not your customers. And also, do not be afraid to fail. You fail several times, you fail multiple times. Don't be afraid to start again. Don't be afraid to readjust. Don't be afraid to everything. Just be focused and just start everything when the need of it arises. And also, do not compromise your business strategy. That's what I just finished talking about. When a customer comes in with another thing, when you already have a particular standard for your product or service, get the right resources, which is very, very important. If you are working with a team, make sure that you have a wonderful team surrounding you, and also network with the other tech business. Networking is very, very important. I once saw something, is it a post that I saw online that says your network is your net worth. So when you have the right network surrounding you, the right network around you, believe me, you will go places. These are people that will even be referring you to other people. So what are these challenges that we have faced? What are the challenges?
Please, you have 2 minutes to round up. Thank you.
Okay, what are these challenges that we are facing nowadays? We are facing challenges like the sustainability and the scale, lack of knowledge, which is something that is very rampant. We might see it like we have a lot of knowledge on the net, a lot of knowledge everywhere, but people are not tapping into it. So believe me, girls should tap into this knowledge, into internet, sorry, because there's a lot of knowledge out there. And also funding, which is another issue. But with that, with the support of Rights Foundation, rights governmental organizations, and so on, we tend to have less of that issue nowadays. And also changing rules and the norms. Talking about norms, example of that is the pandemic that we have not fully recovered, but that's another example. We have to change when the economy changes as well. So talking about the way out, take a proper approach in order to develop your ICT education, build the capacity for teachers and also administrators who are in charge of this ICT educations, and also share best practices, build more collaborations, build as much as you can, mobilize resources for research and evaluation for the ICT, and lots more. So with that, I've come to the end of my own presentation. If you have any question, you can drop it in the chat area. So I think that's all. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Zainab, for that wonderful presentation. Thank you, because now I know there's a lot of opportunities in the digital economy for girls who want to venture into it. Zainab had a lot to say, looking at opportunities, the resources, networking. And we know networking is what is in vogue right now in the digital world that we're in presently. Networking is very important, like she said. She talked about logging, she talked about digital digital marketing, website design, programming, and security, cybersecurity, which we know it's one of the things that are very important in the world we're living right now at the moment. And she talked about programs that are actually trending, how to safeguard ourselves as girls when we decide to venture into this, the gaps, the way forward, the steps to be focused, don't be afraid, don't compromise. She talked about the challenges that we might face, as the girls like we are, that we might face in this, and also a way forward by actually learning more, being focused, do a lot of research to get better in what you're doing. Thank you so much for that, Zainab. We really appreciate. I would like to also recognize the Emir of Machina is present. Thank you, sir, for coming back to join us. We really appreciate this. We'll be needing 1 or 2 words from you after the presentation. Thank you so much. We'd like to also recognize youth advocates from states. They're also present, and also recognize support and to say we are not alone in this. So we're going to be talking to Ayatu is going to be talking to us. Yusuf Ayatu is going to be talking to us on harmonizing digital skills into profit business venture. Ayatu is the CSO of Brixton Computer Limited. He's a social entrepreneur. He specializes in using ICT and technology, that's artificial intelligence, to develop workable solutions, possibly to create job employment and improve security. So I guess we're going to be having more security issues, more security consciousness, and how to actually protect ourselves, even when we're using the internet and the rest. Ayatu, you have the floor. You're going to be telling us about harmonizing digital skills into profit business venture. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Yusuf Hayatuddin, and I'm the CEO of Bexville Computer and Solutions Limited, which is a Borno State ICT company, based ICT company that we specialize in software development and ICT consultancy. First of all, when we talk about technology, we have to know what it entails entirely. It is not just about learning the skills when it comes to ICT or something. First of all, as a person, you need to have a problem-solving mentality. Because what I believe is that in this world, we have a lot of problems, a lot of issues that as an ICT person or as a technician, I believe you can bring up something that can be profitable to a lot of people. For instance, now I would like to give you some few examples because I'm not here to discuss about what is computer and then maybe the opportunities in computer. All of us have a clue about the opportunities that we have in the ICT sector, but more of elaboration. I'm here to just elaborate about things and practical way of doing things on the street that can make you a living. First of all, the issue of consuming technology. I had a lot of people discussing about YouTube. They talk about bloggings and everything. So what we are really focusing is that it's like having a big pond, a small fish in a very big pond. We are only consuming what people have developed. In Nigeria, we have not really focused on developing something that can be consumed nationwide. For instance, now I'm not against blogging, I'm not against YouTubers or something, but I'm really thinking of a way that our people can integrate a solution that can bring up an employment or bring up solutions to a lot of people and then even people outside our country, Nigeria. So I'll give you some few examples of what we have done and then the things that we think our people can leverage on to provide solutions. First of all, we have issue of security aspect of life. When we talk about security aspect of life, I'm not talking about your security online. I'm talking about general aspect of security in Nigeria. So it means whenever there is a problem, if you are able to bring a solution, then that problem can provide a lot of income and at the same time provide opportunities to a lot of people. Now we have issue of banditry. We have issue of Boko Haram in Maiduguri. We have issues of all issue of insecurities across Nigeria. So what I'm really focusing in and what I'm really targeting our youth to focus on is to provide a solution targeted to solve those problems. For instance, now we have issue of identity. Now the federal government have initiated NIMSI, National Identification Number, which every Nigerian is supposed to have a unique identity number. So, but initially now, let's say we have an office space, let's say we have a CCTV camera, which is a technology based in a particular building. But if somebody comes, maybe he perpetrated a crime and he went, then nobody has a trace of what that person has actually done or the identity of that specific person. So using that, we have developed an artificial intelligence system that that is targeted on facial recognition, so that we have huge range of data that we collect on social media and we collect from national identification number, so that whenever we have a single face, we can match it up from a bunch of faces that we have, which it will bring up an identity of a particular person. So what I'm trying to say here is that if our youth can initiate themselves in a workable solutions like that, which there is no technology that can be single-handedly run by a particular person. First of all, you need a team. You need a team of competent developers, you need a team of competent marketers, you need a team of competent people that can come together and bring like a really workable solution. So this way that you know that this solution that I'm telling you about, we have a system that now by just putting a face of somebody, it can give you an identity of that specific person. So which I believe it will go a long way in providing our own security challenges. Because at the end of the day, digital marketing, yeah, you can get money online. But if you get money online and your country is not safe, your state is not safe, then where are you going to spend that money? So as youth, I'm challenging us, an all-girl child. I really believe the reason why all of us are here today, as a man, I came here to support women because I really believe that women can make this world a better place. They are at heart, they are more accommodating, they are more loving, and they are more caring than the male gender. And we believe that if a woman knows how to do something, she can explore herself. But I'm just asking us to see things beyond technology consumption. Let's stop consuming technology provided by other people. Let's try to develop our own solution. And then believe me, like a lot of youths think of technology as a way of getting money. So believe me, if you solve a problem, then definitely money will come. So I'm just telling you this, everything that I'm about to say here is that I'm just saying it for a reference purpose, not to intimidate anybody. I'm just saying it for like an educational purpose and a motivational purpose to a lot of us. We have a lot of systems that we have developed, which I think in just 3 years of 5 years of building a company, we are able to now reach like 7 million to 9 million monthly revenue from our softwares. If I can do it, I don't see any way that any other girl or any other person cannot do that. All we are saying is that when you have a competent team and you know what you are doing, and then you really strive towards your goal, I really believe that everybody can achieve that in life. So without wasting much of your time, I think I will end here. So I think my point is clearly stated that we should go beyond consuming technology. Let's sit down together, let's harmonize each other, let's create a single platform that we can mentor other upcoming people in ICT so that we can bring workable solutions that will solve Nigerians' problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yusuf, for that wonderful presentation. And thank you for saying all those compliments about women and girls, the fact that we're loving people, whatever we're taught, we tend to share it more. And we're more passionate than men. I'm reading your statement, actually. We're more passionate and more lovable than men. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. So Yusuf was talking about the fact that we need to actually start developing things on our own part. We shouldn't always just take what has already been produced or developed or done already. We should try and be innovative in our own way. And that way, because there's so much opportunities in the tech world, we can actually come up with something by ourselves. And this is not limiting the girls in our generation, that we can actually do so much more than what people think we can't. So thank you very much, Yusuf, for that presentation. I would like to, before I go to the next speaker, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Asana Pinda, who is one of the, who is from Remark initiative. That is the initiative which is founded by the wife of the governor of Borno State. Thank you so much, Ma, for being here. We really appreciate your presence. So I also like to recognize the presence of Aja Wasilat Abdusalam. She's always here for most of our webinars. Really appreciate your presence, Ma. Thank you for being here. I'll introduce our next speaker. His name is Abba Carey. And Abba Carey is a child empowerment activist and the chief executive of Al-Kalemi Memorial Foundation, a non-governmental organization that is empowering children on education and protection in Nigeria. He is the founder of Capacity Development Program, CDP, a capacity building network to support community-based youth leading organization in Northern Nigeria on employability skills, due diligence, and administrative strategy. Abba Carey is a graduate, and a student from the University of Maiduguri and Open University, where he has his BSc, LLB, and BA respectively. Abba Carey is also a recipient of 3 international awards, namely the African NGO Leadership Award in 2018, the African CEO Merit Award 2019, and an Africa Goodwill Ambassador Award 2020. He is an indigene of Nagazia local government area. I hope I'm right with that. And the Grand Prince of the 18th Shehu of Borno, the Shehu Umar bin Abubakar Al-Kanemi. I hope I'm right with all those pronunciations. I'm sorry if I mixed anyone, Abba. Thank you. And Abba will be addressing us, will be talking to us about the KGIS photography training. Abba is also a very active youth advocate in Borno State. Thank you for being here. You have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuratu. But let me correct that Nganze. It is not Nganzia, it's Nganze. It's a local government here in Borno. So this is where I'm coming from. Thank you so much. Let me start by appreciating our guest, special guest. Let me start from His Royal Highness, Alhaji Bashir Al-Bashir Bukar, OAN. Thank you so much, Your Highness, for attending this wonderful event. And also let me appreciate the mother of the motherless, the queen mother of every girl child in Africa, in person of Dr. Mero Mandra, and the mentor of community developers around Nigeria. So let me also appreciate you, the moderator, Nuratu Abdul Rashid, Her Excellency, representatives, the partners of this wonderful event, and our speakers. Thank you so much for being here and permit me to speak on this medium. Well, photography, I would like to speak today about photography, especially humanitarian photography in general. Well, it is very interesting part and also a very vital aspect of a given way of giving information and storytelling. A photography, a picture, a single picture can give a story, a huge story. So having knowledge on this photography is very important, and it's very important for everyone, not only the girl child, not only other colleagues and so on, but it is very important for everybody, because you can tell a story that is not, nobody can get it easily. Well, the knowledge of photography, once if you can give it to the girl child, it will boost to the whole world, because women have that passion of, posting things on the media, and as well having a lot of likes, a lot of, viewers and so on, because their handle is more attractive than men. So we have, especially here in Maiduguri, we have one media activist, one photographer, Fatia Abubakar. I don't know if she's here, but she has done a very great work since the advent of this Boko Haram issues and so on hitherto. So to today, but her photography, idea and the way she took the photography to the, to give out to Facebook, post it on the Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram pages, and so on. It's really, really inspiring and very, very motivating, and also giving a very amazing report to the world. Because there was a kind of a picture that she took the other time about one abandoned child and so on. I don't have the picture here. If I have the picture, I would have, shared it with you so that you can see that amazing picture she took. So she's just a photographer. She has that passion of, taking photography, taking pictures and so on. But she doesn't know that, she later knew that that picture really bring positive impact and really give out a very amazing story to the world. So she got that enthusiasm of continuing with the process. Till that, she has a kind of followers, and then she has linked to many national organizations and international organizations, so that she can, collaborate with them, and as well, she, they can buy picture from her. So this is also a benefit of taking a photography at the women level, and as well, how would I put it, at the global level. So taking picture, humanitarian picture and normal picture are different. Sometimes we took picture and that picture can lead to a defamation, and it will lead to, arrest and so on. It will be a problem. But there are some pictures that we used to take in the humanitarian, context, which is different from the normal picture that we used to take. So you see, once if you are a humanitarian and you need to take a picture, you have that passion of photography and so on, your picture is different from the other ones, from the normal people, the people that are not humanitarians, because the picture that you take is picture that is, sympathizing, a picture that will tell a story about the living of, many people and value to the human being. So if you are taking a picture, you need to concentrate on what is the subject of that picture. If you take that picture, what can you tell to the people? Now, we used to take picture without the consent of those people. We took their picture and share it to the world, and later on we face, different consequences. So we used to tell people that once, if you are a humanitarian, you need to know what you take, and you need to know how you share it, because there is a form of consent form that you can collect from that person before you share the picture. So, and the picture, there are some pictures that you can take in, for example, in a crisis, or in a rational, place. So once if you take that picture and you post it or you share it, many people, if there is a story in that picture, then many people will take it and, they will repost it and so on, until the day the response will come to that, person in rescue. So there are some people, for example, if as you can see, the things that used to happen in Afghanistan, in Nigeria, and so on. So there are many innumerable humanitarian photographers there. You can be a photographer, you are on your own, but the picture you took will tell the world that you are a humanitarian photographer, because you take a picture while somebody is starving or somebody is in need of, help. So you take that picture and you share it. This is the way we used to share the information of some, places condition. So we can we can, we politely call rescue to that particular person. So it's very important to become, having an ethical photography intelligence and so on is very important for that part, because many people do that, but they don't know. There are some pictures in some people's archive, but they don't know the value of that picture. But we used to keep it just for us to see, and we cannot share the information to the other people for them to know what is happening in the in that particular domain, or let me say settlement, for example. So it's very important, and in this, during our KGIS activity, we took some pictures. The picture gave a report and tell the world what is happening in the community. We use that picture, we use that photography to tell the people and spread the information to the other people for them to know what is happening and what they need to know. Now we are in a very digitalized world. Everybody uses smartphones and so on, but with that, we have less people that are watching television, especially the NTA, network news and so on. Many people are not used to that because of this smartphones and so on. But the fact that many people have WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So we use that and create a documentary and share it to our network. And we use that opportunity and spread the awareness to the many people that cannot reach to the TV. So we use that opportunity to do that. So it's very good and it's very important to do that. So the impact of KGIS, the impact of keeping girls in school, many people benefited through the photography we have. It has reached innumerable people around the country. So this is how we use to spread. It can tell a lot. Photography is something very, very important. And now photography has been a very vital, something very vital, because you can post something. It can be risk or it can be benefit. So we are calling on the people to make sure that once, if you are taking a picture, you need to take picture with a story that can, bring someone into rescue, not to do something that will bring someone into risks. So it is very important to have that, passion for you as a humanitarian or not a humanitarian or whatsoever the profession you are. So you need to do that. You need to have that. You need to know how to take pictures so that you can also help many people through that picture and video as well. So this is where I can stop. So I'm just giving this as a motivation and an enthusiasm to those that have zeal, or let me say those that have passion to do that, but they are not doing it, or those that have picture on ground, but they don't post and so on. So even you, a person, if someone take your picture and go with it without showing you, you can feel somehow, you can say, wow, why is it that this picture, I cannot see the picture, please, can you share it so that I can post it to the status and so on, this is what we do. So we share it to our statuses and so on. We have innumerable viewers. So now the photography has a kind of connection to many people that don't have a connection to television. So because we have the smartphones and so on. Thank you very much, Nuratu, for having me, and thank you very much for hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Abba. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. Abba was talking about the photography training, which KGIS actually did in some states. It was a wonderful experience. We all were present for the training. It said a lot of stories whereby you can use pictures to actually express yourself. And these girls, because maybe they're scared of talking, or been discriminated about, they can actually express themselves through photography, whereby they can tell us experiences with different pictures, which when you look at it in total, it's saying a story and it's passing a message either to parents, to guardians, to the government, to individuals, or to the world at large. And it was wonderful. And we had so much, and we had girls who have benefited from KJS telling us stories about how KJS has actually helped them from where I am to them going, being in the girls, in the GCC Academy. It has been a wonderful experience, and appreciating the fact that they are in school and they're learning. And this is what we're encouraging for those girls. Why having a phone when you don't know, when you can make use of it, a very good use of it. So using photography to say a story can go a long way. That is the digital generation we're talking about. I don't have to talk to express myself. I can use a photo to say a story. I can use a photo to express myself, that people, when people look at these pictures, they actually understand what I'm going through with my expression, or with people around me, or which activities I'm doing at that time in the picture. So thank you so much, Abba, for that. We really appreciate your presence here. Please, if you have any question, kindly drop in the comment box for any of the speakers, and I'll be addressing it to them. Thank you, Mrs. Asena. You said you appreciated the last presenter, that was Yusuf, that in your word of encouragement for the team is to devise as many strategies as possible in supporting the girl child achieve the required digital literacy in pursuit of their dreams. I think that is one of the things, that's why we are doing photography training or photography story, whereby they can use the cameras or to say a story and actually get heard by people around them or the government when necessary. We have a question. Yes, this was asked by Bala. He said, how can the new technology be mainstream? How can it be mainstream to girl child education? I don't know, is Zainab, are you still in the room? Zainab?
Yes, hello.
Kindly unmute Zainab Idris, yes. The question was, how can the new technology be mainstream to girl child education?
Okay, we can have this for the girls' child education in such a way we have them in the educational system, whereby they are included into the curriculum, and with that, I believe a lot can go a long way.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please repeat yourself. I think we lost you in between your
okay,
answer.
I said to have the new digital economy. That's the question, right?
Yes, please.
So to have that into the system is just by including it into our educational system. I think that's what's going to take us a long way with that.
Including it into the curriculums that
Yes.
will actually make this actually attractive to the girls, whereby we're not just going for art class, there are other things they can also do. Thank you very much. And I would like to also acknowledge the presence of Dr. Miru Mander. I'm sorry for not acknowledging our presence. She is a wonderful woman who have done so much for those girls. And we always pray that God gives her the strength to continue to do as much as possible. Any other question, you can actually raise your hand if you cannot chat. Okay, we have a question from Yusuf. He said, how can women be more acceptable in the world of photography, especially in Africa, without jeopardy or being criticized in the world? Can you please answer that? How can women be more accepted in the world of photography, especially in Africa, without being criticized or being jeopardized?
Okay, personally, I would like to answer this. Though I'm not into photography, but I would like to put my comment regarding technology at large. I think this question will revert back to women, because when you say there is a gender-based violence, that gender-based violence is being perpetrated by a man which is born by a woman, which I think the parenting of these things is supposed to come from. Since initial stage, the parents, the mothers, supposed to raise their children in a way of accepting women the way they are in the new world. As a child, I think a mother's priority now is to like raise her child in a way that he can be respectful to women. I think if there is a very huge campaigns regarding discrimination of gender-based discrimination in a lot of things, like for men thinking that a woman is not supposed to do a certain kind of job or certain kind of things, I think it will go a long way. But I think we can only do our best for now. But the rest of it has to come from the upcoming generation, whereby children at a very young age are not do not portray it as a way that they are too superior to women. You understand? So I think that would be my answer on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yusuf. And the person asking the question is Yusuf. I also think it's important for, it's not just women raising their child to be accepted, but I think we also need to raise boys to be respectful, because if boys are also respectful, then women will not have to feel a certain way if they are going to a certain profession, as long as it's a decent profession. So I think also when women are raising kids, it's not, the focus shouldn't be only on girls, but boys as well. Because I'm sure sometimes it's the boys that will say, oh, why is she a photographer or something? So I think it has to do with the two gender. That way she's accepted irrespective of if she's a female or if she's a male. Thank you. The next question is, what are the impacts of digital economy in girls who are in UBE? It is acceptable by government to the girl child education in UBE. Is this UBEC or what have we? Please, can you please clarify this message, Abba Bakar, for us to have a better understanding of the question? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody. If Dr. Mero, are you in the house? So we want just one or two words from you to appreciate you and honor your presence here. Thank you very much, ma'am. You are muted, please.
Thank you very much, Nuratu, and thank you very much to everybody for participating in today's event. Today here, we also in Maiduguri, we had a great time meeting with over 150 young girls, teenagers, participating in a big workshop where the wife of the executive governor of Borno State, Dr. Falmata Umara Zulum, attended, and it was beautiful. To hear young men and women talking about technology, and also to hear the potential of such a great innovation is wonderful. I just want to add that in addition to whatever has been said, I just want to raise our reminders about something that I think is crucial, and that is the power of reflection. A lot of times, especially with social media, we get carried along in listening to what other people do or other people's ideas without having time to reflect and to digest and to also articulate our own position. So I would want to urge you to continue to use the powers of your brains and the powers of what you know and what you do to also ensure that whatever you get, you use technology for your own good rather than you use technology as a tool rather than become just a consumer of technology. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so very much, Ma. I really appreciate your presence, and thank you for the continuous word of encouragement. We thank you for that. Is Royal Highness, the Emir of Machina, please, are you in, sir?
Yeah,
Thank you for staying with us, sir. Yes, sir. We would like one or two words from you to also encourage us youth as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, moderator. First of all, I like to appreciate Dr. Moiro Mandara for the wonderful presentations she gave. And then actually, I'm very much carry out on moving on, especially with these KGIs, enrollments of female in our schools. Continue with that one very soon. The girls in university, not secondary school, because now we are saying secondary school in a few years. We will see that they will even proceed to their first even getting married. So also, like what Dr. Musa, technology for our advantage, not become consumed for urging all who are responsible for science and technology to give the functional knowledge.
I think we lost His Royal Highness there. I guess there's a network glitch. You have Mrs. Asena Pinda, you have your hands up. Please, yeah, you can actually unmute and speak.
Okay, thank you so much. Concerning the person that spoke last about trying to get people aware of the issue of gender discrimination in order to support the girl child. Here, I think you people will do, you need to do a lot of awareness to let the people understand that the girl child can also do what the male child is doing. And you also need to help them to also buy in to support the girl child, because actually the girl child can do better if the community is being aware of the importance of having the girl child empowered, especially with the digital skill. So you people will need to do a lot of awareness here. And also, I will also want to appreciate Dr. Miro Mandara for her word of encouragement. Miro Mandara has been an instrument in supporting the girl child. I think there is one of the girl safe space that is being run by her. You need to seize an opportunity to visit that place and see what the girl child is doing. The girl child needs an encouragement and support, and she will do wonderfully. I'm happy that all of you are youth, you are strong and agile. You are the one to move the course of this to the greater height. And I wish to encourage you to put in more effort to see that the girl child is being supported. Actually, you people are doing wonderfully. I'm really very happy to see young people like you people trying to see that the girl child is being supported. I want you to see who is talking. So thank you so much. Kiari, why are you laughing?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Asena. We really appreciate your presence as well as your words of encouragement, and it will not be taken for granted. We'll actually put that in mind and also work towards that. Thank you very much for being present here. We really appreciate you, ma'am. So Abba Bakar was asking a question: what are the impacts of digital economy in girls who are in universal basic education? Do we have that answer from Yusuf or Zainab? Who will be answering that?
Okay.
What are the impacts of the digital economy? Yes, okay, please go ahead, please. Thank you.
I would like to answer that question. There are lots of impacts on a girl. Can you hear me? Hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, there are lots of impacts. There are lots of opportunity for the girl at the universal basic education level. Like while I was in secondary school, there's this application, because now at an early stage, a child can have his phone, and instead of using it in a negative way, I think the parents can monitor what they are doing. and can also engage them in doing some stuffs that will get them money. There's this application that Transcribe Me. They will send you a recording for you to translate and send it to them. And with that, you can make cool cash with it. And it will also improve your typing skills. Instead of typing random messages on the social media platforms, you can make the Transcribe Me application use it in a very useful way, and also help yourself in building your own typing skills. I think it is important to the girl.
Thank you so much, Zaina. Thank you for that feedback. If any other person wants to address that. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to the webinar. I really appreciate. I would like to Ibrahim Abacha to give us a appreciation and closing remark for today's webinar. So Ibrahim Abacha, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, everyone. A very good afternoon to you, and especially to our royal father, the Maima Chinama, who are leading the Keeping Girls in School initiative in Africa, and our mother. Considering the theme of the day, we have heard a lot, and we have known the gender gap that is between the male and the female, and it is important to close that. Considering that, speaking about the advanced, innovative way of making livelihood in the digital world or the digital generation, just 15% of artificial intelligence professionals globally are female, and this is worrisome. And for those male and female, it is important to grow together. Irrespective of the gender, while we learn, we should also consider the female gender in incorporating them into the processes. And just like our brother Yusuf was made mention of challenges, there are a lot of challenges in Africa, Nigeria, in our community. Let us look at that from a technological lens to seize opportunities, solve the problem, and develop a sustainable means for us. And it's important to look at the gender issues. So after hearing this, call on all young people, irrespective of gender, to be sensitive in the issue of gender disparity that is evident in the digital world. And we can only achieve sustainable development if there is equity. So it is important to consider that. And then what can we do finally? We have heard a lot, we have said a lot. What can we do before the next International Day of the Girl Child to reduce the issue of gender disparity? And finally, I want to use this opportunity to call on all young people to embrace the concept of KGIS in their community and to serve as advocate in ensuring the enrollment, retention, and completion of at least secondary school by young girls in our respective community. Thank you, everyone, for your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for that wonderful remark. And it's important that by the time we meet this time next year, we have actually bridged a lot of gap and also increased the percentage of girls being included in every aspect of life and also helping themselves as a gender. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you to all the speakers. Thank you for being here and talking to everybody. It's an honor, and we really appreciate your presence. Thank you, everybody, for being with us throughout the whole program. We're really grateful for that. So thank you, everybody, and hopefully next year we have a more better result than this year. Thank you. God bless.